Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we are looking at a Marvel hardcover, Wolverine Volume 2 by Mr. Percy, Ben Percy. On the front we have Wolverine facing lots of monsters, we have Volume 2, and we have the red sort of background going on. If I turn to the side, very, very nice, simple. Marvel at the top, who's at the bottom, and so forth. And sorry, I said Ben. I really should say Benjamin, because that's the polite thing to do. So you got a Krakoa language there. You go swimming in dark waters, you're asking to get bit. So that's a statement from Wolverine. I think that's when he comes across some surfers that are, I can't remember if they're Atlanteans or they're sunk from underwater. Anyway, it's got a little synthesis there. And then down there, it collects issues 14 to 25. So that is 11 issues. And it says 2020 because that's when this particular series began. Oh my goodness, right, let me just put that down quickly. In fact, I might as well just spin my camera now, because that's where we're going to be looking at. Just adjust my lights so that you're not getting that great big bright, but you're seeing enough in there. Underneath here, you have who the creators are and who is sort of another synthesis there. So they sort of go overkill in this. So we've got Benjamin Percy, the writer, and Adam Kubert is on the art. So we have this beautiful red, and I'm pretty sure that's saying Wolverine all the way around. Let's see if I'm going to open it up correctly. Nope, completely the wrong way. There we go, right. We've got it now. Obviously, Wolverine is too long to go over both covers, but you get the gist of what they were trying to achieve. We have the covers in the background red rather than how they would look in normal release. We get what the issue is called and number 14, and then it's pretty much straight into the story. So if I remember correctly, he faces off against that dude from Arakkii. I can't remember his name, and his sword is stolen at one point, etc. There's also a story with his FBI colleague as well as the one with the ocean, etc. There we go. So there is quite a lot of content in there. I can't remember if I've read the last couple of issues from this. I may not have, because I'm just I'm following the Marvel Unlimited sort of route, which is phase 1, which was I can't remember what it's called. I've just finished phase 2, so I'm about to start phase 3, which begins with X Lives and X Deaths of Wolverine, and so forth on there. So I can't remember if I've read the last couple of issues or whether I stopped at 24. So I'm going to try not to spoil it myself. So yeah, so it's a nice bit of content. If you're into hardcovers, I tend not to go this way. I try to stick to my omnibuses or oversized hardcover where it collects like a whole load of issues, etc. However, I have been drawn into this Krakoa world. The only problem with the hardbacks is we're not seeing all the content. So, for example, Fallen Angels hasn't happened. It's too short of it. So it would be nice if Marvel managed to gather up some of those sort of smaller stories so that they can be collected some sort of hardback cover, etc. Other than that, we're still waiting for New Mutants. I suspect that will be an omnibus because it's quite a big chunk. The other part is we are waiting for anything new. So anything other than... So Sins of Sinisters is due to release in hardback later this year. But where is X-Men Red? X-Men by Jerry Dugan. Perhaps once again they're waiting for him to achieve everything, and then he'll get the omnibus treatment like Jonathan Hickman did, perhaps. So I just wanted to share that, my thoughts on that. At the back, you've got some covers, etc. Very nice cover. That's a nice one of Jubilee, actually. I really like that. I will not be swayed. I do this every time I see these, and I think, wow, that's really nice. I should get that. And I think, no, don't get that. Don't get that. You've got enough comic variants with Power Rangers, so stick to that. So let me show it next to Volume 1. So here it is with Volume 1, and with Volume 1, for some reason it doesn't seem to like to stay. I'm not sure whether it's because it's not thick enough, etc. I've also got lots of dust over it, so that is the cover for Volume 1. And then we could just turn that around, and you can see them both together. See what I mean? Volume 1 just automatically wants to go down. I feel like if it was a little bit bigger, it would be fine. And then just on the back of that collected 1 to 5, and then it's got the crossover with Swords off X or 10, whatever you want to call it. And then it collects 8 to 12. So this picks up where that... No, it does not. Is that because issue 13 is in Hellfire Gala book? That's the only thing that I can think of. So that's interesting, because the Hellfire Gala issues that I've always seen picked up in these other books ends up being let me just lay that down. Ends up being what's the word? They still end up being picked up in them. You know, I've seen it. Hellions, that had the Hellfire Gala. X-Men. There's probably some others I can't think of the top of my head. Yeah, just double checking. So the issues in between Volume 1 and Part 2 of Volume 1 is in X of Swords. And then issue 13 is in X-Men Hellfire Gala before Wolverine. They're pivotal to the Wolverine stories, I would say, pivotal to this and to this. Don't necessarily have to read them to read these, if I'm being honest with you. It's entirely up to you as a completist. I would like to read them all. Especially, the only thing that I will say is X of Swords, the character in here, the one that I said he was chasing around with a sword, is in this book. So once again, if you haven't got it, obviously there are other routes to read these things, such as Marvel Unlimited, etc., rather than paying I can't remember how much that costs. I don't even know if it's in print now, so it may not be so readily available, but I think this was around 40 quid when it came out, if I remember correctly. Anyway, hope you like my video. If you do, please support my channel by subscribing. I really appreciate that. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.